All right. Welcome everybody to what I have to call the Run It Back episode number 80 of the Destiny Day and Little Shooter discussions. So I appreciate everybody for joining. As always, I know a lot of you guys get ready to come in. So that being said, I always want to give the little disclaimer and housekeeping for everyone who's coming in. I appreciate you. If you guys are new to the channel, just make sure that you tell a friend that the Last City Radio is here and P. Carla Gaming and Miss Awoken Queen is live. So that being said, thank you. And all your listeners who love the audio, they can't be here. Don't you worry, because I always post the audio so that way you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever your famous podcast little things are at. So that being said, I appreciate you guys, and we're gonna get right to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
So I know that everybody's like, "What? I'm up today. This is crazy. I thought it was gonna be nighttime." Hey, listen, this is a special cast. So we're in the afternoon. It's the better time than ever. Everybody is at work. Everybody can put that ear pod on and listen and tune in. So I appreciate y'all. So I definitely want to thank you guys once again for joining. But let's get right into it. So I definitely want to introduce a special guest. So I got to give her the best intro because that's what we do here. So I want to introduce a queen who's not only been one of the most impactful in the community, she has also risen above and done the impossible. Not only that, she has put a lot of people on and people that you already know today that has always been inspired to be just like her and always do her thing. She is a collector of things Pokemon, whether it's Destiny, whatever it is, that all that everyone loves. She's always down for the count, always giving you the heads up on the new merch that's coming out. Want to introduce the fabulous Awoken Queen. How you doing?
I'm doing great. You give me way too much credit, though. I'm not anything that spectacular, but I do appreciate the introduction. You're incredible. That's very kind. Thank you.
Hey, you are welcome. Listen, I always got to be fantastic, and I'm the sensational one. I gotta do my thing. So
yeah.
No, I appreciate you for being on. So
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Then I want to shout out everybody in the chat is before we get started on the good stuff. So, Lord Khan sending you the emotes. The Queen's Guards have arrived. BG Rising minion said, "It's a queen.
It's a queen.
Let's go. Appreciate you guys for being here, and I know a lot of guys are working. They're coming in, so I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the subscription, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, BG. Salute to you. So that being said, Queen, I got a lot of fun questions.
I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, obviously, you've been around a while in the streets of the streaming game and the gaming game streets. So I do want to ask you, like, how did you start? How did you get into gaming? What's your gaming history like? What was that about?
So I got started into gaming. Okay. I was 4. I remember I was 4 years old, and my mother, rest in peace, my mama. My mother actually was playing a game that some of you might know called Dungeons and Dragons, and this was on Atari. And I remember my mom playing it. She was trying to beat the game, and I just remember seeing the little spider come down. It was like a maze game, so you literally like went through mazes, and this like spider came down, and it was just a big old thing. And then at the very end of the game, all it said was "dong." You have beat the game. Like it was just, that was it. Like that was the game ending. Like that was it. But I got into gaming with that, and Dungeons and Dragons was the first game that I ever actually explored as a little gamer. I was 4 years old, and gaming was just a great escape for me. As a child, I was very introverted. I was very shy. I am a very shy person. I know not Very many people believe me when I say this, but I'm actually an extremely shy person. So gaming is just like my outlet. It's like it's my go-to, it's my outlet, and yeah, that's how I started gaming. My mom was playing a Dungeons and Dragons games, and that was that. So yeah, that
Okay,
was it.
okay,
You know.
okay. And that's a very interesting start. Definitely, I've talked to so many people and had so many guests on, and it's just always amazing and interesting to hear
Mm-hmm.
their
Ever.
starting game, where they came
Yeah.
from. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
even for me,
It's
so
crazy.
like
What about you? Yeah, you.
but what about for me? So like my first game that I played was the Donkey Kong series.
Oh,
So the Super Nintendo, all the Donkey Kong 1, Donkey Kong Country,
yeah.
uh 2 Diddy's Quest, and Double Trouble number 3. So I grew up playing those games, and one of my favorite games, especially, is the Mario Legend of the Seven Stars. So that was my first RPG type game. So
Okay.
playing that was
Let's
like
go.
I guess, my introduction to the RPG. So I loved it. Like ever since then, I just fell in love with the whole aspect of that. So yeah, that was definitely my start. It was pretty cool doing that. And what's funny is we had a PlayStation 1, right? But I
Mhm.
never got a chance to play it because I was a kid then. I put cereal in it and messed it up. So
Oh no.
yeah,
You
that's
put cereal in it. I didn't get a PlayStation 1. Okay, so like my first, so it goes so we had an Atari, and then it was a Nintendo, and then it went from Nintendo to like Sega. So I grew up kind of, we were under funds a lot. I grew up under funds a lot, and
Back.
so all of my gaming systems were like way had already been released for like years, right? Like I didn't get a gaming system until it was out for like 2 or 3 years already. So that's why we had made the jump from Nintendo straight to Sega Genesis, is because like I didn't get the Super Nintendo, like I didn't get those consoles, like I got them at from like garage sales and whatever. So even the Sega Genesis that I had gotten had been out for like 3 years
Right,
before
right.
I got it. But yeah, we made the leap. We went from Atari to Nintendo to Sega Genesis, and then
Mhm.
PlayStation 1 came, and we actually got it. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this. Okay. And this is back in the
Okay.
day. All right. So the people who are on my age level might know back in the day, we had what was called a modded console. So our PlayStation 1 was actually modded and can play burnt CDs. It had a switch in the back. So my PlayStation 1 was a modded console that had a switch in the back that could play like burn discs. So I never had an official PlayStation game. It was all like burnt discs. It was all like burnt discs that we were playing like on a modded PlayStation or on a modded PlayStation console, and it was just crazy. So,
Yo, you're the
but
goat. I
you
remember that.
know, you know, the modded consoles back in the day, right? You feel me,
Yeah,
fam? Back in the day.
true, true. And if correct me if I'm wrong, I think didn't back in the day, especially when Xbox came into the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they have like the internet for the first time?
Yeah, I
Um,
think so. On for Xbox, I want to say.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
It was something like that, right?
yes, I think Xbox was the first, because before
Mhm.
Xbox, I want to say it was Sega Saturn,
Yep.
or was it Dreamcast before Xbox? Maybe
Dreamcast
it was
came after.
Dreamcast.
Yeah,
Dreamcast came after Xbox. So it was the
Well,
Sega
Dreamcast.
Saturn.
I think Dreamcast came first, and then Xbox came. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Oof.
So long, right? Mm.
Oof.
We
Oh
didn't
my
break
gosh.
generations.
You know, gaming is not like it was back in the day, man. Have you ever gone back to like video games from back in the day and played them? I swear to God, they're the hardest things on planet Earth. Like I don't
Oh
know
yeah.
how we I do not know how we were beating these games. Like you had 5 lives and you had to do the whole game with 5 lives. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you had like game save codes and
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
gaming was tough back then. Like these
Facts.
kids don't know. These kids today,
They
they
don't know.
don't know. They
And
don't know.
what's funny about that is, yeah, they were really hard back then. Like we didn't have YouTubers saying, "Hey, this
Mm-mm.
is how you do this," and we didn't have
Gaming
all that.
magazines.
Exactly. You
We had
remember
the
when?
gaming magazines.
Exactly. You remember when GameStop used to be Funko Land, and then it went to EB Games, and then it went
Yeah.
to
Rhino. You remember Rhino games? That's back in the
mm-hmm.
day too. The Rhino
Yep.
games. Yeah, man. EB games, Rhino games, Game Informer.
Yep.
It was Game Informer, it was EGM, which I think was Electronic Gaming Monthly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was EGM, and then you had your PlayStation magazine, and then you had your Tips and Tricks, which always had so it was a Tips and Tricks magazine that always had at the very end, it had cheat codes for the
Yes.
games
Yep.
at the very end of the magazine. And then it always had like an 8-bit shaded thing that you could go in and shade and make a picture. Oh my God, back in the day. I'm telling you, if I could go back to any era, it'd be the 90s, man. I'm telling you, it'd be the 90s. It'd be the 90s, man.
The 90s had so much fun. It was so
you
much
know,
fun.
you know, you
I miss
know.
that. I missed that because it's like everything was
Goodness.
fun. Everything was laid back then. It was crazy, man. I miss those times.
Like the way to find out a Mortal Kombat fatality was through a word of a friend of a friend of a cousin of a sister's of a brother. It was like, oh, here's the code. You know what I mean? Like it was all word of mouth back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, there's this secret, and you can only get it through doing X, Y, and Z, and it was all word of mouth. And now it's just like instant answers, like
and secrets felt so, like you were saying,
back in my day,
like yo, like when you find something, you're like, oh man, I can't believe it. It's like you're the first person to ever discover
yes,
that.
yeah. But it was always like a cousin or like a friend of a friend's brother's cousin that like told you that there was this secret that you could discover. Oh man. These kids these days, they just don't know. They have so much instant access. It's not even funny. Back in my day, we had game video magazines.
That's how we talking right
That's
now.
how it was, back in my day.
It was so much better. Like the games were harder. I feel like back then they paid it so much attention to detail. And just like the secrets was phenomenal. Like we don't really get secrets.
No,
like that.
That's actually kind of like making a footprint on that. That is one of the reasons why whenever Destiny, because most of you guys know that I play Destiny. Like that's my game that I play. I play horror games too, but like Destiny's like the game that I play. But that's why when like exotics come out or new gear comes out, I kind of making it a point to not look at what it is and not go into it. I know the reason why these companies do that. They do it to create hype, and they do it to create, interest in the game, and, try to advertise their new season that's coming up and X, Y, and Z. Like I get it. But do you remember back in the day when Destiny came out, the first Destiny, obviously, when it came out, the first Destiny, and you got your first exotic and you were like, wow, I just got this exotic. I don't know what it does. Like, and your friends would be like, oh man, that's such a cool exotic. Like it does this X, Y, Z. Like I miss that. I miss that organic discovery of an exotic weapon or an exotic armor piece. And I just miss that organic just discovery, and they don't have that anymore these days, which is why I make it so much of a point. Like it's funny because I'll learn about spoilers for the season, but if it comes to the exotics or the weapons or the armor, I'm just like, nope, I don't want to know. I just want to I don't want to see it. I don't want to know. I just want to see it when it drops in the game for me. Like I miss that. There's not a lot of games these days that have that kind of organic secret stuff that you can just just discover and just
Yep.
uncover, and it's just I miss those days, man. I miss
Yeah.
them.
Me too. Me
Call me
too.
old, but I miss them.
And that's the thing. I do miss that because that's one of the biggest things that I've always had criticism. I was like, why can't we get back to back in the day when you just grind and you got a random exotic and not because right now the way it is right now is
Yes.
terrible. Like it's just terrible. It's like
They hype
where's the
everything
magic?
up. Yeah,
Hmm.
they hype everything up, and they have previews and trailers, and it's just like,
Hmm.
let us discover it just a little bit, you know? That's why those
Hmm.
missions like the Outbreak Prime mission and the Whisper mission, like that's why those things are so coveted and those things are so just amazing, is because it wasn't something that came out in a trailer. It wasn't something that was on a TWAB or a blog. It was something that was completely organically discovered. And to me, in my personal opinion, I feel like that is the best thing that's discovered in Destiny, is when something is just an organic discovery from the community. Oh my
Hmm.
God. It's the best. It's the best. You really can't
Yep.
replicate that sort of excitement and feeling. And I wish they
No.
would I just wish that they would just stop showcasing all of this stuff and just,
They need to get back
let
to
us
the sauce.
let us find it on our own, or let us discover it. But
Right.
that's another
Hey, listen, you keeping it real
gripe.
because
I mean,
I've said that so many times, throughout my shows that it's like let's get back to how things were when it comes to we didn't see that coming moments, and
hmm
they're showing too much, and I get they want to market things, but there's a way the way they marketed back in the day was it was amazing. Like they
yeah,
was
it
like,
really
oh,
was.
here's that. Here's oh wait, a public event. What's that portal right there? You
Yep.
know, you go
Yep.
in and you find you're starting to get time. That was epic. And it's like, oh, where's the magic in that? And I do feel like when they was working with High Moon Studios and Vicarious Visions,
hmm
they really kept that, you know, the secrets intact. When they was working with those other studios, they really did a really good job with, okay, here's something secretive. You didn't see this coming. You know, even right down to the Bad Juju quest. That was pretty epic.
hmm
Season of Opulence did a really fantastic job. I still think Season of Opulence has been one of the best seasons. Um, there's there isn't that many seasons that can hold a candle to that because of how great and how much they put into that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's just like I always kind of feel, but we go get to that in a minute. I still want to know more about you. So
No, no.
so I definitely want to tell you. I want to ask you, about the streaming. Like, how did you get into streaming? Like, what brought you to
All
start
right.
aspiring to do this?
So I got into streaming because of Destiny. And I'll tell you exactly why. It wasn't because I wanted to do this as a hobby. I didn't
Hmm.
want to do this as I didn't want to be a famous streamer. I didn't even know what Twitch was when I got into streaming,
Mm.
which is kind of, it leads a little bit into my name, which I regret, for the record, on Black and White. I actually regret my name, Awoken Queen. I can hate it. Like, believing it out, I can hate it. I can't stand it because I got into streaming because Bungie had an emblem
Hmm.
that they were giving away in D1. They were giving away an emblem. It was just, and back in the day, and even now, like, I'm an emblem collector. Like, I'm like, oh,
Yes.
I'm just an emblem collector. And this emblem that they were giving away was, if you streamed, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong in chat, but I think it was like you had to stream 777 hours of Destiny.
Mm.
So I was like, well, I don't know what streaming is. Like, what is that? And then I signed up for Twitch because everybody was like, oh, well, Twitch is where you do the streams. So I
Hmm.
said, okay. So I signed up for Twitch, And here's the funny story. And I know a lot of my community they already know this story. So I'm sure that this is like the 7 millionth time that they've heard this story, but I'll say it for the people that don't know this story. The dumbest moment that I ever had in Destiny was the creation of my name. I was on the Cosmodrome, right? Cosmodrome, yes. Do you remember in Destiny 1 when the hive would spawn? It was like a hive night, and it would say something along the lines on the corner of the like screen. It would be like the hive night something as well. The spawn of Crota is here, something stupid. I can't remember yeah, it would say something like the spawn of Crota is here, or something of Crota is here, or something of a whatever is here. And it was a knight that you killed, and then when you killed him, you got a sword, and you could use the sword, and whatever the case may be. Okay. So your girl did not know much about playing online because I was a console player, and Destiny was like one of the first games that came to console that was an online game. So up in the lower left-hand corner of the chat, it had said, "Awoken Queen is near." So I thought to myself, wow, I gotta find her. She's here somewhere, right? Because I had just gone through this story. I had just met Ultron Sov. I had just met the Awoken Queen. I'm on the Cosmodrome doing patrols, and it said, "Awoken Queen is near." And I said, holy shnikes, I gotta find her. Where is she? I went for 15 to 20 minutes. I went on my Sparrow looking all around the Cosmodrome, thinking that it was like a hive night, thinking it was like an event. Like I thought it was an event, like I had to find her. And then I realized, oh, that was a player's name. So when I made my Twitch account, I made it just in thought of being like, okay, the dumbest moment I ever had in gaming was like when I looked 20 minutes for Awoken Queen and it was an actual player, right? So I just put Awoken Queen. I didn't put the Awoken Queen. I didn't do Marsov. I just did Awoken Queen because it was just a funny kind of jab at myself. Like, hey, you're such an idiot, but here you go. Here's your day. So I got into streaming because of that. And then I'll never forget this. One of the first people I ever met in streaming, because again, I didn't know anything about streaming. I didn't know what Twitch was. I didn't know what streaming was. Like, I was only doing it for the emblem. I had like no viewers. And I didn't care. I didn't care because I wasn't doing it for viewers. I wasn't doing it for popularity. I wasn't doing it to get known. I wasn't doing it for a hobby. I was just doing it just so I could get this emblem. And then I'll never forget it. One of the first people ever that came into my stream was from England. And I said, I don't even know like how it started, but I had asked like, oh, where are you from? Are you from like, you know, are you on the East Coast? Are you on the West Coast? You know, just me thinking like not being, you know, just being just completely ignorant to streaming. Like, and they were like, no, I'm in England. And I was like, wow, you're in England? Holy shnikes. Like, I was like, oh my God, tell me everything. Like, what do you guys do? Like, what's your breakfast like? What's your lunch like? Like, what do you do for fun? Like, I just remembered it being so fun that like this person from England came in and was watching me. And I was like, that's incredible. Like somebody from literally oceans away is watching me play a game that I had no intent of anybody even watching me. And then so like I just became friends with this person, and then the next thing I know, people from California were coming in, and people from Montana were coming in, and people from New York were coming in, and it's just like people from all over the world were coming in, and I'm like, this is insane. Like this is insane. Like this is crazy. Like something just hit a spark with me and was like, you can literally connect to people from all over the world just by playing something that you love to play on a daily. But like, I just wanted an emblem. Like I just wanted to play the game and get an emblem. And then when I started to meet friends, when I started to make friends, I was like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this as a full-time thing. Like I can't believe that I'm meeting people and I'm making friends. And
Mm-hmm.
remember, as I said earlier, I was a shy girl. Like I was a very shy
Yeah.
girl. I was very introverted. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I was in a poverty family. So like meeting these people and meeting these individuals online and just making friends with them and having a passion about Destiny, like I was like, I gotta do this. I quit my full-time job, literally quit it, was like, I'm gonna just stream. And I didn't even want to stream for money. Like, I wasn't even like, oh, I'm gonna be famous and I wanna make
Mm-hmm.
money and I wanna, it wasn't even like that. I just wanted to meet as many people as I could meet. And has like just I just wanted to share my love for Destiny with as many people as I could. And so I quit my full-time job. I started streaming full-time. I started meeting people, making friends, building a community, which was something that I was not aware that I was even I wasn't even aware that I was building a community. Like again, I literally got into streaming not even knowing what streaming was. Like and then little bit of TMI, but I actually got affiliated and I didn't even know what it was. So when I started streaming, it was probably about, I want to say about 3 weeks after I started streaming, I got an email from Twitch and it was like, oh, you've been affiliated. And I had to ask my friend from London, remember the first friend that came in, I'd
Mm-hmm.
ask him, I'd be like, I got this email from Twitch. I don't even know what it means. It says I was affiliate. And they're like, oh my God, you got affiliate? I'm like, yeah, but I don't even know what it is. Like, I don't even know what it means. Like, so like that's how bad it was. Like, I literally didn't even know that like being an affiliate was a thing and that this is something you can make money with. And to this day, I've been streaming for, I don't know, what is it, 5 years now, going on 6 years. And I've never, ever, 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 never, ever, never made it about money. It's never been about money. It's always been about meeting people in the Destiny community, making friends in the Destiny community, raiding with people, meeting people in real life. Like I literally have my birthday tomorrow and I'm meeting people from the Destiny community in real life. I'm having a meet and greet tomorrow. And it's
You want to
always
know
been about
something
making
though?
friends.
You want to know
Always.
something? Everybody, since it's gonna be her birthday tomorrow, we gotta give her a round. We gotta give her a cheer. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's
thank
get it.
you. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and that's that's really awesome. I do want to touch on that name. I think that's really cool because it defines who you became. You know, you've been searching for this walking queen since Destiny One, and now you're realizing that you became it. You are
Mm.
the awoken king, and I
Mm-mm,
think
mm-mm.
that's one of the coolest things.
No.
I'm telling you, I'm
I'm
telling
just a
you.
queen that's awoken. That's all it is. I try to tell people that because they come in all the time. They come into the channel and they're like, you're not the awoken queen. You're not Marsov. I'm like, I never claimed to be the awoken queen. I'm just a
Right, right.
queen that's awoken. I'm an awoken queen. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, you're not Marisov, you imposter. And I'm get pitchforks out. I'm just like, please don't kill me. I'm such a nice person.
Just tell him get out of here, bozo. Beat it. You know,
Get out of here.
get
Get
out of here.
out of
Get out of
here.
here. Beat it.
Yeah. So
But I think that's really cool. I think that was a really cool story. It may be silly, but it's fun because it defined the history that you you actually created.
I'm
Especially,
telling you,
it's amazing.
there's nothing like being sheltered from the world, which is what I was, and then
Hmm.
experiencing the world coming at like there's just I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care how popular you are. I don't care how big you are, but there is just something about a person from another country
Yeah.
watching you. They're when you if anybody has ever traveled, if you've ever traveled outside of the US, you know that uh literal different country is like a different planet. Like it's just such a different culture, a different world, a different belief
Yep.
system, different people, different likes, dislikes, interests. Like being in a different country is literally like being on a different planet. And like when you have somebody that has discovered you from a completely different country, if you can't if you can't
Like fathom it.
appreciate that, and yeah, like, but if you can't like appreciate that, like I don't even know why you're doing what you're doing, because like to me, if somebody's coming in from a completely different country and I'm meeting people from all over
Hmm.
the world, that's just that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. I'm such an old soul. Granny Games doesn't understand that people from the internet can be from all over the world. Like I didn't know. I didn't know. And it's just crazy. And that's why I do what I do, is so I can meet people from all over the world. And my biggest goal is to make people smile. And you know what? If I made you smile, then I did my job. It doesn't
She
matter if
did
I
her
had
job.
5 people watching, 10 people watching, 300 people watching. Doesn't matter. If I made you smile, if you came in and you felt really good about yourself that day, or you came in and you felt like you were in a place where you belong, then that is my job. That's my job. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure that you feel comfortable and that you have a good time while you're hanging out. And that's it. Doesn't matter about the numbers, doesn't matter about any of that. I want to make sure that you have a good time hanging out in the channel. And that's what I do. That's what I make
Oh
sure that I
man.
do.
Hey, listen, y'all. It one in the chat. If she made you smile, she always make you smile every day.
Doing my
Lord
job.
have
If I made you
mercy.
smile, I made you
Mhm.
feel good, then I did my job for the day. That was
And
my job, making you feel good for the day.
you do it, man. You definitely kill it. And
Try.
that's the cool thing about that is you're always bringing the heat. You're bringing the joy and the positivity, the fun. Especially when I discovered you years ago. Um, a couple years ago, and I was like, okay, I want to take streaming seriously. I always had the channel all the time. I had the P Carla Gaming channel because at the time I was streaming on YouTube, and it was just me, barely nobody in there. Now, mind you, I do have a clan. In Destiny, I've had my clan for since I had my first clan since Destiny 1. Then I gave that over to a friend, and then I started another one, and I started that in Curse of Osiris. So I was building that up and everything like that. But I would stream on YouTube just for more like backlogging
Hmm.
moments and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that to keep the archive alive. So I was doing that. And then COVID happened. And everything
Mm.
shut down. Everybody lost their jobs or furlough, whatever it is
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
happened. So I'm sitting at home, got these stimmy checks and all this stuff, right? So I'm like, you know what? I want to start streaming actual and try to actually, reach a goal because for me, it was all about I love the engagements. That always is one of the things that I love to see stream. I love to talk to all the people. I love to do that. So I was like, man, I need to take this seriously. I need to get in these communities. I need to start talking to other people, building up a community so I can talk to all these
Yeah.
people. Not
Yeah.
really realizing, oh yeah, of course, affiliate and all these other things that happens. So I was just like, okay, I'll start doing that. Now, mind you, at the time, I just started a podcast back in 2018. So I was doing that because I was inspired by the Guardian Radio and Ebontis and Lord Cognito show, which back then it was called Flashpoint, but now it's the last word. So I got inspired to do that. So I was already doing that all the way up through COVID, but I never did it live. I always did it on audio. So I was like, okay, let me take this serious. Let me try streaming on Twitch, and I was like, I need some help. So I remember I don't know if you probably met Red Queen before. She
Oh
actually,
yeah, I'm in her. I was one of the first people that she invited for her stream queen, or her stream
okay,
queen, her stream channel rather, her team, her stream team. So her
Yeah.
stream channel that she has, which is Ascend, I was one of the first people that she actually invited into that. So Red Queen, yeah, her and I, we go way back. We've hung out a bunch of times. We go way back. I know she's not really streaming these days now, I don't think, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's off and on nowadays. But yeah, she's amazing. So I got a chance to have her on. She was actually
Mhm.
the first biggest streamer I've had on my show. Actually, she was the first. So, back in 2020. So she was telling me, she would give me the game and stuff, and I was like, okay, let me let
Yeah.
me let me see what I can do. So, um, I joined one of her help stream teams. At the time, I think it's discontinued now, but I joined that, and getting a chance to meet a lot of different people. And then I remember seeing you somewhere. I think it was in the directory. And I was like, "Yo, I need it. Let me check. Let me
Oh,
check
I
you over."
appreciate you.
So
Appreciate you.
checking you out, and I was like, "Yo, she's amazing. Like she's literally engaging with all these people. And how is she doing that? How is she's always having fun doing?" I said, "I love that." And I was like, I got to give her a follow. And you probably know, you probably remember that, but I will pop in sometimes and
Yeah.
throughout the lives, be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Da, da, da.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
got
yeah, for sure.
so I did that. So I said, I want to challenge myself, and that's how I started to grow myself because I started to challenge myself. I said, I want to get to the point where I have a community that we can laugh and kick it and talk to them and always be humble because I see that. And I said, as big as she was, having somebody like that is amazing, and being able to capture and talk to all these different people. I said, I want to start doing that. So I took off and started getting more people, started befriending a lot of people in the communities and discords and all that stuff. You know how all that works, but
Mhm.
yeah,
I do.
it definitely paid off, and then started integrating a lot of my a lot of the podcast stuff into it. I said, okay, I want to go live. I want to start doing the podcast live.
And
I
it's
feel like,
awesome.
yeah. So I have a lot of people I definitely think and try to get back to because hey, listen, without them, man, there would be no P Collar Gaming. There'd be no Last City Radio because they made the contribution. That's why I always get back to my friends and always tell them, hey, listen, you guys are more than just fans. You're a family. You guys hold me down. You guys are MVPs because if you guys gave me a chance, you know.
Mhm.
I hear some people say, "Oh, I made myself. I did that." I said, "No, you didn't. Your following helps you build you up to where you are today.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
do that."
Yeah.
I get big $1 million, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, uh, who cares about what they got to say?" It's like, no, don't do that. They started you. You when you were nothing. That's when they were there.
Never forget your roots is what I say.
Exactly.
Don't
I
forget
come
your
from I
roots.
come from humble beginnings myself.
There you
You
go.
know,
There you
so
go.
yeah, you
So you
want
get
to.
it, you feel it, you know it, you vibe it, you get it.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's always been my thing. Like you never forget where you come from. Be humble, and
Exactly.
everybody has their lows. There's been times where even I was down and out, and it was like I don't even know how I'm going to be recover getting this podcast stuff off the ground. But you have to shake it off. Things happen.
Yeah.
Different situations happen that you can't help. It's just part of life. And some people are not going to be able to come along for the ride. That's fine, But the people who's always loyal, they're going to stick to you to the end. So that's something that you should always cherish. And for me, it's
Yep.
not about the money and all that. It's all about having a good time, making a lot of memories, and also being able to help other people grow. That's what I love to do. That's what we do here. I have a lot of people that have had guests that were very small, and now they moved up because I always say this. I said everyone's got a voice, and I want them to be heard. A lot of streamers, especially the little guys, they get ignored all the time by the big streamers. They don't like to help. There's some big streamers that like to help, and then there's a lot of them that just like nah, I'm good. So I always want to give back to the little streamers and the mid tier streamers, And hey, if I have bigger streamers on too, I have everybody here. This is a place of growth, fun, opportunity, and kick back. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, so I've always been that type of person, and you're that type of person too, which is awesome. And it's like Sammy Cat.
Mhm.
She really loves you. So
Sammy
all the
Cat's amazing.
absolutely,
She's also another person that I have seen grow tremendously. I've
yeah,
been friends with her before. I don't even think she had 5 viewers when I was friends with her, and she's just been blowing up, and I'm so happy for her. She's
hmm
so freaking amazing. She
yeah,
deserves it so much. Like, she's a good, kind-hearted individual. I love Sammy Cat. She's absolutely incredible. Yeah, she's a part of my
absolutely,
stream team too. She's part of my Send stream team, the Red Queen stream team. So yeah,
yeah,
she's incredible. I love her. I love her. A lot of people that I've been there's a lot of people that I've seen just blow up from
hmm
where they used to be, and I literally cannot be any happier for them. Like, again, I'm
right,
not doing this for fame, and I'm not doing this for that. I have my own agenda, and that's meeting people and being a part of a community, and just meeting people. I just like meeting
hmm
people. But like, I see my fellow streamers, and they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's
hmm
just like, I can't help but be so happy. Like, I'm so
yeah,
happy, you know
yep,
like, Sammy Cat's the bow queen. She is
she
the
is.
bow queen. I'm just like a queen that's woken. She's like the bow queen. She really does need to change her name from Sammy Cat to bow queen, because
Right,
she is the
right,
bow queen. Yeah, for sure, for
yeah.
sure.
Having her on, that was amazing. Like, she was just phenomenal,
Yeah, she's incredible.
and it was funny is like she literally trended from something like just a whole she was doing duality, no VOD, all bows. And she
Hmm.
made it. She when she made movie
Yeah,
reviews,
she's
that just
incredible.
blew
She
her
really
up.
is. She
Yeah,
really is.
she's amazing. Great high octane personality. I call her the exceptional professional. She's definitely awesome.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, wow. It's amazing. Just like my co-host, I found him. It's funny. I was looking. Agent Chavez is my co-host, and I found him. He wasn't streaming or nothing. Like he just was excited to do a podcast. He wanted to do a gaming podcast, and I was like, hey man, come with me, man. We're gonna go places. If you stick it out with me, you're gonna see the dream realized and come true. So that was the year I found him, like the year that I started the podcast. And now looking at him now, he always stuck with me. And now he's streaming. The guy is grown. Like, he bought his channel literally. He made it last year. And the guy he's doing really good for himself. He's getting like 20 to 30 people already. I said, man, I knew you had it in you. He's a collector like yourself. He does a lot of different things, and he's really cool, laid back. You know, and he talks about food too. So he knows all the spots. So he's amazing, and I'm proud of him. I really am, because he's taking off. He's doing a really good job. And I say, keep on staying consistent, man. Everybody loves you. Everybody loves you when you're there. You're always giving back to the community, just like we do it. And I'm excited to see where he goes. And everyone else I've had on the show, I've always been excited to see where they go. And if I can connect people with streamers that you don't know, I love to do that. So that's always
That's
been my
awesome.
stick when it comes to it, and your stick too. So that's amazing. It's always good to talk to people who actually have the same vibe. It has the same mindset. You know, I remember
Mhm.
I talked to this one person. I try to get him on the podcast, and it was like, how would this benefit me in any other
Internet
way? I was like,
issues,
yo,
maybe.
that's insulting. You feel me? You know. I've had people like that. There were streamers that was like, oh, I don't, your show is not going to benefit me because they were only thinking about views. You know, so that's just sad. You know, I don't like dealing with stuff like that. What about you, Woken Queen? What you think? What you think about that? Uh oh, are you there, Woken Queen? Hey, chat, can you hear me? Make sure you. Oh, she froze. Oh no, she's coming back, guys. We're still sticking it in. Don't you worry. So she coming back. So I appreciate y'all, man. So let me just get the chat in while she re ups. So let's see. Let's see. Duffman, appreciate y'all. Appreciate you being for the follow. I definitely want to shout out all my guys. You guys are MVP. Zern, I appreciate you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Brother Trouble, thank you for the follow. And I appreciate all you guys. We're gonna get her back in here in just a minute. Her little thing, her thing was the pro. I guess she got to restart. So we're gonna keep rocking. Let's see. So I do want to talk to y'all, man. Chat. I do want to ask y'all, how did what do you guys think about the thing that went on with EK? I know you guys heard about that. What's y'all take on that? You know, definitely want to ask y'all about that for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, yeah, I get that though. If you, yeah, it's just very odd, he would do that, from him being who he was, you know what I mean? It's just weird to me that he would, do something like that. Yeah, if, and, you always see a lot of people say, well, if he leaked it, he leaked it, you know what I mean? If he didn't, he didn't, we'll never know, because it's just one of those things, it's sad. BG says, if he did it, he deserved the ban. But if he is correct that he was framed, then the ban should be exactly. I agree with you. The ban should definitely be lifted. If he didn't do it, you know what I'm saying. But it's just so weird, man. It's definitely weird. Let's see. What y'all say? So you said. Let me move that up. Do-do-do-do. Uh, which I hate when that thing. Let me see. I just feel like it's weird, man. It's crazy. You know. See, agreed. But you have control over your login info. If you can, yeah, exactly. That's true. That's true. You know, you do have control over that, and you have to play it safe when it comes to certain things, especially stuff like that. You can't play around, especially when you're under NDA. That's like the biggest thing when it comes to being careful with what is being put out. You have to be careful with that. So I agree. I definitely agree with y'all. Y'all keeping it real. You get one top and get the other. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's just it's crazy, you know how things is. It's still yeah. She coming back, guys. She just reset the internet. So like if the alleged incident came in from an IP address in Russia or some or some far away country where he obviously was not, then that's one thing. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, if he broke the rules, yeah. I mean, it's one of those. Like for me, a guy like him is crazy. It's like, why would you? If you did it, if he did it, why would you do that, man? You know, I can't believe Bungie didn't investigate very thoroughly. Yeah, because also there is that Discord of leakers, and they haven't really been investigated properly. I would just say that, we got them there, and they're still running rampant. So it's just like, yo, what are we doing here? I definitely think that's a bust, when it comes to that. And just like Pirate, if you're still here, Pirate, thank you for joining. But we was just thinking about it's like, okay, so it's quick that they was able to bust that, but just the overall fact that, yeah, those screenshots with that bar. So VJ says they matched the desktop bar to the stream and the photo, and anyone can have the same desk. Yeah, so literally, not, yeah, exactly. I agree with that. It's weird. It's yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it said a double a doubt that that was basis up there. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. Uh, yeah, double that. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I agree with that. So yeah, they didn't take enough time to really just say,
Hey,
okay,
can you
hey,
hear? Can you
yeah,
hear me?
yeah, yeah.
I'm so sorry. My internet went down. Why doesn't the world want me to be on your podcast?
I don't know. It's crazy.
I'm
Uh,
so sorry.
well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Internet went down. It's back up. It's for now, I guess. I reset it and everything. So we're doing good.
that's good.
Why?
I was talking with the chat. Yeah, talk to the chat right quick. I'm gonna grab some right quick. All right. Let's see. Let me get that. All right, I'm back. So yeah, we were just having a good conversation with the chat.
I'm really sorry.
You're good. You're good. Hey,
I
listen.
can't. Literally, I have not had a single problem with my internet. And then the one day that we're doing our interview,
I don't get that. It's like it doesn't want you to be here.
it really doesn't. And
It's
that's
like
fine. I went and grabbed like a slice of pizza and everything. I'm just like, wow, this is, just
hey, they out here frauding. I'm telling you. we go. We go. We go tell the we got to tell the cable man, what you doing out here? What you doing?
Clearly not wanting me to be on your podcast. Clearly.
Right.
Stop the cap.
So it's just it's like they doing the most, you know. So I appreciate you coming back.
Anyways,
So
of
as I was
course,
saying,
I'm
what
here.
did you hear? What did you hear before you?
I didn't hear anything. I just got disconnected, and I was just like, I thought you got disconnected, and I was like, oh no. And then like I looked, and I was like, no, it's me. You know what? You know what's happening? Somebody is secretly out there dossing me. I just know
It
it.
got
So,
to be.
who
It got
is
to
it?
be.
Who is it? Which one of you fools are out there dossing me? I know somebody's out there dossing me right now. It's you. I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
it's crazy. Somebody out there trolling.
Who's out there trolling? Stop it. Stop it. Bad you. Quit it.
Mm-hmm.
Quit it.
No, y'all out there trolling. Stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
So yeah. So yeah. So now
Anyways.
that we're finally back.
Moving on. Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah. So yeah, I was just recapping. I was saying, me and you are definitely in the same boat with humble beginnings and doing a lot of different things. Kind of had the same type of ideas when it comes to what do you want your streaming to be and how you create your culture and your streaming and everything like that. So yeah, I definitely we definitely on the same page. It's hard to find. Sometimes you can find people like that, and then sometimes you don't get that many people. So I was explaining before you went off. I was like, there was this one person that I tried to get on the show, right? And then they was just like, it was like, oh, how was your show benefit me in any way? I'm
What?
like, yo, like, are you serious?
No.
I was serious. Yep. I was like,
Oh my
how you out here?
god.
You get people like that because they're only chasing the views all the time. That's all they're doing. They're chasing the views and they want to talk crazy. So it's like, yeah, okay, you're wasting my time. I'm not going to entertain that. So yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I don't care if it's one person or 50 people that are watching. Like, it doesn't matter. What matters is who is here, who's hanging out, who's having a good time, who's vibing out. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. Can I put on a show and you be entertained? That's all I care about,
Yeah.
Have fun doing it. It doesn't matter if you got two or one or just be so yeah, that was like I was like, come on now. Are you serious? But yeah, we all go through our ups and downs. We were down and out from time to time. We got back up and we've been doing our thing, so that's a pretty good thing. It just comes with the game. It really does.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So I do want to ask you, what is your top 5 games of all time?
Ooh.
To you.
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 games of all time. Well, Destiny's obviously up there. The Witcher 3.
Oh yeah, solid.
Resident Evil 3, which is my very first scary game that I've ever played in my life.
Okay.
2 more. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Everyone says that.
Because it's true. Like, it's obviously true.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm going to say Mario Paint. No, I bet you nobody's ever said Mario Paint. Mario Paint.
No, nobody's ever said that one. That's actually...
I'm going to say Mario Paint. I'm going to say Mario.
Okay. Now mine is, see, the thing about it is, it's funny because it's like every time I think about it, top 5 games, it changes every time because there's been a lot of games I've played that's pretty much the top 5. So if you ask me anytime, I'm gonna have something different every time. So
really,
yeah, I'm telling you, it's like it's an ongoing battle with me because that I played something or I played.
Mm-hmm.
So you would say, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." That was
Mm-hmm.
that was my top five. So let's see. Uh, of course, I'm always gonna put uh, Star Fox Assault is my favorite. One of my
Oh, dual barrel roll.
exactly. Star Fox Assault for the GameCube. That was amazing. Um, Mario Legend of Seven Stars, of course. It's got to be one of those. Let's see. Of course, Destiny. I got to put
Mm-hmm.
that in there. Uh, Mass Effect. The Mass Effect series. Absolutely. I still think that no one has came close to being able to tell a story that solid when it comes to that type of games. So they knocked that out of the park.
I don't know. Last of Us is pretty good.
Yeah, but just the
Last of Us is
nuance.
pretty good. They got an HBO series now.
That's true. But just the nuance of Mass Effect and the storytelling from the first game all the way up to the third, they just killed it. They killed it. So much attention to detail. Uh, it the characters was amazing. The whole thing was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Let's see, and my fifth one would have to be ooh, hmm. See, this is where it gets hard because there's a lot of see somebody in the chat said uh Mass Effect is the best. Yes,
Don't listen to
absolutely.
that person. They don't know what they're talking about. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm kidding.
Don't listen to that.
Don't listen to that person. I don't know what they're talking about.
Hey, if they had a Mass Effect TV show, I would be down. I'd be down to watch it for sure. It would kill it. But let's see. My fifth one would have to be. See, it's hard because I would have to say. Hmm. Okay, I know. Ghost of Tsushima. Now I put that one for a fifth one. Ghost of
Okay.
Tsushima is really
Okay.
good. If you are if you love all of that samurai stuff, you're gonna love that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
they have all of that. All of that.
mhm. Yeah, I had fun with that game. It's really good. Sometimes I get a lot of people who say, Final Fantasy VII, which was definitely a solid title for sure.
I think my favorite would be 8, Final Fantasy 8 of all those of all that series.
I've had somebody that tell me that it's like it was debating with me. Oh yeah, number 8 is definitely the best one.
Yeah. 8
Okay, yeah,
for sure.
for sure. I think number 7 and number 8 were like the most memorable one
Mhm.
to most
Mhm.
people because most people kind
Mhm.
of grew up with those two. So it's like, yeah, I definitely agree with that for sure. You know, so that we got that out of the way. Um, so just overall, so I do want to ask you now that we moving on to the Destiny. So when it comes to Destiny, how are you feeling overall when it comes to uh, first? I just want to take you to your first impression of Nightfall and just the whole recap and the finisher of the story. Do you feel like it? Do you feel like it's underwhelming? Do you feel like it was overwhelming? What did you like about it? What you didn't like about it from that standpoint? Oh no! Oh no! Not again! Oh, we was just about to get into the nitty gritty. Hold on. I'm telling y'all that. I'm telling y'all they trolling again. Again. I fall. Yeah, I know, man. Every time. Every time. It's like, come on. I'm telling you, they out here trolling, man. It failed. I know. And then it said no. Who hit the wrong IP this time? Hey, I wonder. I wonder who doing that. It's like, come on, who lag switch? I thought that was only a PvP. Don't y'all hate when you in PvP and you, especially if you guys with trials heads in there, you go in there, you're in the last match, and then somebody want to hit that whole little internet manipulation right at the last second, knowing that you winning. Connor, you need glasses. Facts. I agree. They out here trolling, man. I'm telling you. They don't like to see us win. But hey, also, try out those try out the new call out emotes I got. Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, man, they out here trolling. They don't want us to win. The TWAB. Oh yeah, you said the TWAB is out.
I'm sorry. I literally can't have a break.
Oh, they out here frauding on you.
You know, I'm under the impression someone is actively dossing me. It has to be. Someone's dossing me. I haven't had any computer issues all fucking week. And then all of a sudden, now here, who's dossing me out there? Stop dossing me.
Hey, yeah, somebody out here trolling, man.
Oh my God. Okay, so Lightfall. Lightfall was the question, right?
Yeah,
You asked about Lightfall, right? And then my shit went down. Yes. So Lightfall. My thoughts on Lightfall. Okay, I'm probably gonna get attacked in the comments or whatever, but I honestly feel like Witch Queen was way better than Lightfall, the Lightfall campaign. I mean, there was even a point where Rohan, like, things happened without giving away spoilers.
That was my dude, man. That was my dude. I feel you.
Every like something happened, and I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, we saw one cutscene with him, two maybe at most. Like, I'm supposed to feel some type of way right now. Come on, I'm not gonna feel some type of way. I will say my big, dumb, stupid doofus of a NPC. Oh gosh, what's his name? What's his name? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. What is his name? Nimbus.
Yeah.
I will say that my big doofus of a Nimbus is my favorite. Like, I'm all about Nimbus, man. I love how stupid he is. I love how dumb he is.
Yeah, he reminds me of like Booster Gold in a way. Like,
I love how stupid he is. I don't care what anyone says. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So, like, I love him. He's my big doofus, and I love him.
One of the funniest things that somebody pointed out that I didn't realize, especially when when you go into his directory. What's one of the funniest things when you actually toggle him and you go in this directory and you're just looking like, bro, like put up your package, fam. Like, what you doing?
But it's so weird because it's like on his belly button. It doesn't make any sense. What? Your creator was not kind to you, my dude.
I was just like, bro.
Listen, that's my dude. That's my dude right there. I don't care what anyone says. That's my dude.
Yeah, he reminds me of like a Shazam and a Booster Gold character combined into one.
Yeah,
that's literally him. It's hilarious. I was like,
head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
But
when he said that, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Whose man is this? Somebody come get your man. Come get your man. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Will y'all go and get him out of here?
Somebody come get your man. Whose man is this? Come get your man.
he be like, it's funny, like in the whole, because it's like the tone is supposed to be serious, but he's just over there just like geeking out over the entire thing. It's
Well,
hilarious.
the theory is that from what I read on Reddit, the theory is that he's not very old. He's
Yeah, he's
like
young.
like he's really young, like he just turned 18.
Hmm.
So even though he's like hundreds of years in our lore, he's like only 18 on Neomuna. Like he's
Yeah.
really, really young. So he's super immature, and that's why he's like that. But when he's like, "Oh wow, you impress me, Guardian. You're so great. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes." Like, what? Go from point A to point B.
Hmm.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. He's my
I love
doofus. He's my big fucking dumb attractive doofus, and I love it.
it.
with his package on his belly button and his freaking I love
Like,
it. He's my doofus.
okay, you
He's
know.
my little doofus, and I love it. I love it. But no, Lightfall, I Witch Queen was better. That's all I'm gonna say. Witch Queen was
Yeah.
better. It was better.
Yeah, I agree. The
Witch
thing
Queen.
about it, the campaign had some moments. They had a couple moments in there. You know, I thought the cinematic in the opening scene that was pretty cool. I really liked that. I thought that was dope. But I just feel like it kind of like once we set into it, it started to become. It was good from the start, then it started to weaken. It was like, oh, that's not good compared to Witch Queen. Witch Queen from start all the way to the end, it was
Yeah.
solid.
It was
You know.
really good. And the boss fight was insane. It was
Oh
really
yeah,
good. It was really good.
I,
Do we think Callus is dead? For good.
probably, probably.
For sure. We think he's dead. Like he's done so.
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
that's it. Like homie has had his day. He's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Adrian Chavez, which is my co-host, he's here. He's in the building. He says Savathun is my baby. Okay, bro. Go ahead, do your thing, fam. I see. I see.
All about the
Yeah,
witness
salute to
now.
you. Uh huh.
Okay.
But yeah, I think yeah, he finally passed on. Callus is no more, and but one of the things that I was very perplexed on. I know a lot of people was just like, especially on what you call it, Nezarek, right? So he
Hmm.
started plaguing everybody, yeah, in the Amuna and everything like that. But you know what's funny? It's like he was plaguing them on Neomuna, but wasn't his ship closer to Earth? How is it over there and plaguing them over there? That's what I was like, how is that even possible? Shouldn't it be plaguing the last city?
Who knows? The story is just all over the place sometimes. So
Yeah, yeah, and
yeah.
it's like we never even finished. The story's not even finished. And
Yeah.
life is like, oh, we're gonna finish it throughout the rest of the seasons. I said, oh, okay. I guess we're getting to be continued. Find out next time on season 1, 2, 3, or 4. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really like that. But as far as gameplay, how did you like the gameplay and the overall changes and all the build crap and everything like that?
It was something to get used to. I'm really glad that they finally introduced that because it was kind of annoying having to go to Dem to, do your loadout and whatnot. So I'm really glad that they did a change there. I wish they would have added a custom, like instead of, I don't even know how many choices they have, but like instead of 10 choices like PvP, PvE, stasis, art, whatever. Like I wish they would have let us like um write in ourselves what
Hmm.
our loadout was. I don't understand the color differentiations
Hmm.
versus like Titan and Hunter and Warlock and how like the colors are different. Like
Yeah.
if you go on, I don't understand that. Like I don't understand like why it's like blue and green and purple on one, and then it's like yellow and orange and red on another. And I don't get like the whole color differences there. Maybe there's something that I haven't come across that you
I
can
think it's
change
just
it.
for Flash. I think it's just only for Flash.
I know it's for Flash, but it's like it's so different versus Titan versus Warlock versus Hunter. Like they're
Yeah.
different colors, and I don't
That's
get
true.
that. But no, I'm really glad that they added that. As far as gameplay goes, I haven't played since they did the update. I've just been really, really busy.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't played since they did the auto rifle PvE update, but I'm really looking forward to that because most of you guys know that I'm an auto rifle queen. I love auto rifles. I love fusion rifles. Those are my two guns. Those are my ride or dies. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what a couple of my pretty OP auto rifles are going to do and the PvE meta now
Mm-hmm.
with the PvE auto rifle update. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm sure that they feel amazing,
Yeah, absolutely.
but yeah, the gameplay, I mean, it's good. Strand, I will say this, Granny Games is an old person who doesn't like change. I am kind of a set in my ways person. I'm a Taurus. I'm very, very freaking stubborn. So like once I find something that works for me, I'm like, okay, this works for me. I don't want to change it. It is what it is. Like I don't care. This is what works for me. Like I do not care. But Strand was something that I was looking forward to. And then whenever I found out that like the whole melee part of Strand was kind of tied to, what is it, your grenade that it's tied to, or your melee, or it's tied to something, and there's a cooldown, and I don't like it, and I'm like, I just want to Spider-Man all over the place. So I was looking forward to Strand. Strand was really fun in the story missions, but when I found out that it wasn't like it was in the story missions, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like I was like, what is this? Why am I waiting 30,000 seconds for my melee to come back, or my whatever to come back? So I was very disappointed. And I haven't even actually played Strand outside of the story missions and whatnot. I haven't even played Strand, haven't even done Strand, haven't played it, haven't experienced it outside of it, haven't tinkered with it. I'm just a melee hammer titan / invisible hunter / solar warlock, and Granny Games is sticking to her guns. Like, you know, I'm super, I don't like change. I don't like change.
I do. Yeah, yeah. On that on the note, now I would tell you, once you unlocked all the fragments
Yeah.
with Strand, it feels so much better. Like it feels really, really good. I will
Yeah.
tell you, I got a super build. Now Agent Chavez said something really good. He said Strand is a hunter subclass. I'm a hunter, you know. Now I play all classes. But for Destiny 2 in particularly, I play hunter, right? So it's one of those things where it's just like once you put everything together, it feels great, you know, because you know when you first started and everything like that, and you kind of lackluster. When you're playing with it, you're like, why is my abilities coming back slow? Once you build into it and you put the aspects in the
Yeah.
fragments,
Yeah.
it feels good. It procs pretty quickly.
I just have to go in and play around with it. That's what I got to do.
Right now, to auto rifles that you were saying, yes,
Mm-hmm.
the auto rifles feel fantastic. I was in the Grandmaster Nightfall the other night. We was doing Lake of Shadows, and I was using Quicksilver Storm. Now the cool thing about it, especially when you're a hunter, is the fact that I don't even champions is not even a problem because all I do is just string them up and then just
Mm-hmm.
lay into them really quickly. But the auto rifles feels amazing, especially with Quicksilver and having it being a strand weapon on a strand build. Like you're literally procking those strand balls and you're doing all kind of things. Like it feels good, amazing, and it's strong. It's literally taking out like champions like crazy. You know, you definitely gonna have fun with auto rifles right now because they
Yeah,
are.
I'm really looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
For sure.
they're fantastic. So you're gonna have fun. Trust me, Grandmaster. It's gonna be a piece of cake, no doubt. So as far as like season of Defiance, you know, Now we all know that we just came off for a season of the what was it? Uh, now I forgot about it. This what was season of the Seraph? Was it? Nah, I can't say. I don't think it was. Yeah, it was season of the Seraph. So we just came out of season of the Seraph, right? So knowing how that season was and how it delivered, yeah, appreciate it, Agent Chavez. Thank you. So knowing how that ended, right, and everything that we got out of it, uh, do you feel like season of Defiance kind of was it lackluster compared to that, or you compared it to season of the Chosen, right? What do you compare that as far as content wise when it comes to
Season of Defiance is what we're in right now, right?
yes.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like these seasons that we're getting are just filler. Like I feel like we're just getting a bunch of filler things. I know personally speaking, the season, what was the pirate season? Season of
Plunder. Yeah.
Plunder was awful. Absolutely awful. And I don't know, it's just been really just filler at this point. I feel like we haven't had anything. I feel like what was the season of Witch Queen? Season of Witch Queen was what?
Season of the oh my god, how did I forget
Is it
that?
Chosen? No, season of
I was
I
thinking
don't,
it was season of the Chosen, but no,
season of something.
it's season
I
of something.
feel like with the Witch Queen that came out in that season, Risen, season of the
Risen, yeah,
Risen,
yeah.
I feel like that was the best season that we've seen in a while. And everything else after that has just been kind of filler. With this one, I without giving away spoiler alert, without giving away spoiler alert, I feel the decision that they made upon a certain somebody, I feel like that was very, I feel like it was thrown in for shock value. But I will also say that there has been allegedly, supposedly, reportedly
Mm-hmm.
theories on what had happened, and
Yeah.
that individual becoming a more prominent character in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So, if that's the reason why we had that sort of shock value
Mm-hmm.
to lead us up to something bigger, then great. But we just have to wait and see. Like,
That's true.
with it being, I mean, again, I'm really trying not to give away spoilers because I'm sure there's people out there that haven't played it, or they might be listening and they're like, "What in the world
Mm-hmm.
is this girl talking about?" Like, I have no idea. That's a good thing that you have no idea because I don't want to spoil it for you, but I just think that it was so abrupt and so sudden and so like it just felt like a shock
Yeah.
value, and I was just like, why? Like there's literally
Mm-hmm.
no reason why that had to happen. So if they're setting it up for something bigger, great, which is
Mm-hmm.
what the theory suggests and what it's allegedly, supposedly, reportedly saying, that it's gonna, this person is gonna be a very big
Yeah.
player in the Vanguard peoples, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just feels meh. I really wanted more
Out of it.
witness,
Yeah.
more that storyline, and I just feel like he goes into this portal and then that's it, or
He
they
said
go
I'm
into this
flexing
portal.
and then I'm out.
Yeah. And it is what it is. So we'll just have to see. We just have to see what the next season holds. And this season was just, in my opinion, it was just meh. It
Yeah.
was just meh. It's
And you
just
know
meh.
what's funny? You know what's funny is like, especially with that new cut. I wasn't expecting that from the witness. I wasn't expecting him to. I thought he was going to be kind of like some Thanos type of vibe to him. But he just
I
like
Yeah.
flexing. I'm about to go to this traveler, and then see y'all on the flip side. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, like.
So kind of curious as to what's going on there. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what Bungie has planned for us in the future. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say that this season was a 6.
Yeah,
It's just a
uh,
6. Yeah, I gave it a
6 at
6.
best. Yeah.
6 at best. Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it's then just like the answer, like, what's the veil? Everybody keep talking around it. It's like, okay,
So I know
what
the
is?
theory of the veil and what the theory is supposed to be, according to like the lore and stuff. I know it's supposed to be the bridge between light and dark, and they kind of explained it in the sense of the eyeball, like of an eyeball, like the retina and everything, and the oculus is like the bridge there, and that's the veil, like the nerve endings
Mm,
is the bridge between the light and the dark, and you have the dark in the skull and the light that you see with your eyeball. And I
mm-hmm.
don't know, they it was on Reddit, it's a thing, I know it's weird, but that's what they like. That's what they related it to. They related it to like the optic nerves. That's the veil. The veil is the optic nerves that connects the light and the dark together and make it whatever it is. But yeah, I just think that we have a lot more story that we have to go into,
Yeah.
and then it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
What is the veil? It's like
It's the
what they.
bridge between light and dark. That's what I'm gonna say the veil is.
It's like, oh, the veil. So I met this other person the other day. You know, it's like, wait,
Yeah.
shouldn't we be talking about the veil? Yeah, it's crazy. Nita Medic said, "Who knew Activision was actually helpful for Bungie? Because ever since they left and went to seasons, it has been meh,
Down. Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I feel like because also remember this, Medic, when they was with Activision and they had Vicarious and High Moon Studios, they did your season of Opulence, season of the Drifter, season of the Black Armory. They did
Mm-hmm.
those phenomenal seasons, especially Opulence. That was like one of the very best ones. And we had raid layers. I think personally, I think they should bring back raid layers. I think that was pretty cool. We would have two little well, I think we had like three of them, if I'm not mistaken. But the raid layers was pretty good. At least we would get two raids in a year, you know, before the big one. Uh, I thought that was done really nicely. Yep. Opulent was season 7. That was a time. That was actually a solid season. Just like the Menagerie, we loved the Menagerie. That was like one of the best 6 player activities that they ever put out.
You
And
know, it took me 122, I want to say 122 menagerie runs to get the ship.
mm-hmm. Wow, that's
But that's
crazy.
a whole nother. Bungie needs to increase the drop rate for shit like that.
Yes, Bungie, come on, y'all. They need to be on it. Please, please.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I agree with you on that. So it looks like the TWAB just went live. So let's get into that nitty gritty. But first, I do want to ask you. You know, since we're streamers, we was talking about it before you kind of
Got disconnected.
don't. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So we was talking about you probably seen the whole thing with EK and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
So I would love to get your take on it. You know, I know it's been a big topic. Everybody's in disbelief and all that type of stuff. So what do you think about the whole situation?
So I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I don't know who that is. I don't play the name game. I don't do the whole like kiss up, suck up thing. Like,
Hmm.
I'm all about supporting the smaller streamers. So I actually didn't even know who that person was. I had to like
Hmm.
look into like who they were because I didn't even know who they were. But I
Hmm.
mean, I guess apparently, allegedly, supposedly they're like a big streamer or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have any sort of how do I say this? I feel like I don't have any right to talk because A, I don't know them. B, I'm not a
Mhm.
part of their community. C, I have never, ever, ever interacted with this person. But I will say
Mhm.
this. As somebody who looks at my daily desktop screen, if I submitted a picture of my daily desktop screen and somebody caught it, like the odds of having the same exact desktop screen as another person is like
Very
one
slim.
in a million. Like it is such a slim to none ratio. And if that is really the evidence that Bungie is going off of, like the icons are exactly the same, like think
Mhm.
about your desktop screen versus my desktop screen versus your friend's desktop screen. Like there's no way we would have anything similar. So if that was indeed something that they were going off of, like you just need to man up and be like, yo, you know what, I did leak it. But then again, maybe something weird could happen and somebody could, I don't know.
Mhm.
I haven't seen the leaks. I again,
Yeah, I
because
haven't
as
seen
I
them
said
either.
as I said earlier, like I like to keep myself kind of outside of the know when it comes to like exotics and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I personally have not seen these leaks. I personally have not
Me
seen
neither.
his desktop versus whatever screenshot is whatever.
Mhm.
But again, I feel like I have no ground to speak on this because I don't know this person. I've never interacted with this person. I don't know this person. I
Mhm.
can't speak from experience with this person. But if I was to look at it from a black and white situation where it is literally like, okay, this is your desktop and this is the leaker's desktop and it's identical, I mean, the odds of you having the same exact desktop with another individual is like 1 out of 1 billion, I
Right,
swear.
right, right.
So
That's tough. That's tough to have something like that
I
to
don't
happen.
know, like
You know,
I
it's,
don't I don't know, man. This is kind of hard, It's almost like I would relate it to this. Like if somebody had a leaked photo of themselves and they had a tattoo in a place that maybe not the public had saw, and then they're trying to say that that individual in the leaked photo has the same exact tattoo in the same exact place.
exactly. It's like,
What would you think? Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
to that.
what would you say? So
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it
It
smells
does.
like a duck, it's probably a duck. So that's all I'm going to say there. But again, I don't know this individual. I've never interacted with them. I don't know their personality. And I
Right.
can't say, all I know is that the black and white shows this is the leaker's desktop. This is your desktop.
Right,
You know what
right.
I mean? Like, I'm just, if I was on a jury, I'd be like, that's looks pretty
It's
fucking hard
simple.
evidence,
My
but
name isn't Eel O'Brien. No, I'm kidding, but
I don't know.
yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like you know, my thing is this: if you did it, come on, bro, we got to do better. But if you didn't and you got framed, okay, that's messed up, and I wish they would have, investigated a little bit more. But if they happen to have this evidence that they said they have, which they not gonna leak it out or put it out there. They're a tech company, so we kind of understand that from that
Yeah.
test. But I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, man, you know, that's one of the things when it comes to streaming, especially when you become big. You don't want to mess up your bag, or if you're getting one. If you're getting a bag and you got a great community, they rock with you, got great friends in the community, and great streamer friends. Don't do anything to sabotage, you know, your friendship, your business, your brand. You never want to do that. That's one of those things that, and just even for us, like us, well, we don't want to sabotage our friendship.
Right.
People
Right.
to we want people to continue to keep coming to us and having a good time. And if you did something that's like, oh my goodness, I can't. Why would they? It's like you know, that kind of put a bad hit on you. It makes you get blackballed from a lot of
Mhm.
things. And
Mhm.
that's one of those things. It's just like it's tough. You never want to put yourself in that predicament. You're like, for me, I ain't got nothing on my desktop besides the the default screen. And I play console, so it's like y'all can't get me with nothing.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
keep
yeah.
myself, I
Yeah.
keep myself good. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's always my advice. Because what's funny? It's weird that even though, yeah, like you were saying, you mostly stay true to, the the lower tier and mid tier
Smaller
people.
streamers. I support
Yeah,
smaller streamers. Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
support smaller streamers, and to this day, like it doesn't matter how big I would ever get. Like I know I'm not a huge streamer as it is. I've been doing this for 5 years. Like obviously I haven't sucked up to anybody, but I am all about support the smaller streamers because
facts.
there are a lot of people out there that they deserve a limelight on them. They really, really do. And like I said earlier, like I without throwing names out there and under the rug, I've known very, very popular streamers these days that were no one. They
Hmm.
were literally they were literally no one. They were no one. They had 5 viewers. They had no one watching them, and they've become so big. And it's like, while I still support them,
Hmm.
know your roots. Never forget who you are. Know your roots,
Exactly.
and don't ever forget that your community is what makes you who you are
Hmm.
today. And if it wasn't for your community, you wouldn't be anywhere that you are.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm always like support smaller streamers, because
You want to see him win. You want to see him
yes,
win. And
exactly. You took the words right out of the mouth. Exactly.
yeah, and listen, big streamers, stop being a bozo. Do the right thing. You know.
Hey, support the smaller streamers, man. Go make someone's
Exactly.
day. Go rate out someone who has 3 viewers. You know what I mean? Like, go, it's not about numbers, and it's not about being a famous or popular individual. Like, that's why to this day, my favorite streamer, and I will always respect him, is Fallout. Fallout has always shown smaller streamers some love, and as big as he is, just know your roots, man. Remember where you came from, and
Hmm.
go support those people that are trying to do their thing too, because you never know how big they'll ever get, and you'll never know how thankful they'll ever be.
Right. I've never,
So,
something. I've never seen the Fallout stream. I always watch his videos, but
oh, he's amazing.
I've never
He's
been in the
very,
stream.
very kind. Very kind.
I never reached. I think I reached out to one time, but I know he's very busy.
Hmm.
He got a lot going on.
Very
So
kind guy. Very,
yeah,
very that good. That guy Fallout. He's all right. He's all right.
yeah. And it's the thing. A lot of times, a streamer of his caliber, it's hard to kind of connect with them and try to get them on the show and stuff like that because they have a lot going on. So it's like,
Yeah,
I understand. Maybe one day, we at
you got
GCX, I'll
this.
talk to him. But
You got this.
yeah, just like for me, one of my biggest streamers, that I want to have on the show is Bife because Bife is the little
Oh,
guy.
Bife is great. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've met Bife. He's awesome.
yeah, he's an awesome dude, and I got a lot of questions for him. So I have a whole notebook of questions I want to ask him. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I love the small streamers, man. I really do because it's cool to see, they're trying, they're putting in the grind every day, just like we remember,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
cool to see, hey, oh, they're supporters. It's like it's something saying, no, I'm like you, you know. You're trying to get it like me, we're in the same boat. So I love that. I love putting them on. Love supporting them too because they never forget it. They never forget it. They always support you. So I always tell people I support people who gonna come back and support me too. Because we want to grow together. You don't want
Yeah,
to. That's
for sure.
that's the deal. So yeah, but great talk. So yeah, so the TWAB this week. So it just went live. So let's see what they got. So apparently, it's a little beefy. So one of the biggest things that they're going to be doing is, in case you missed last week's TWAB, here is the main topics we're talking about. So, specific third party for peripheral usage. Destiny would like to commend you. Okay. A reminder about Trials Labs and about the Bungie Foundation is getting hilt happy. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Listen, I know Walking Queen's Bucks is already in order. It's
You
nothing like going
know,
to Eververse, right?
it's about the emblems, man. I'm telling you.
I've never been an emblem type of guy like that.
I
I've
just
got
am
no.
such a collector.
I've never. I've always been kind of like I was like, can I get a ornament or something? I've always
Mm-hmm.
I've always been that type of guy. But
Yeah.
if there's something really cool that's emblem, all right, I might check it out. But I've never been. It just depends. It depends with me. It has to. I have to feel it. If that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see. We got a lot of stuff. So of course they're gonna be doing the highlights of the mid season patch. We got some highlights of the recent accessibility options article, and community exotic weapon ornament is coming to Destiny. Yep. The next community ornament vote. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Last week of Iron Banner season 20, which is next week. So the Destiny Weekly. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so first things on the chopper. So Crucible. So what they're gonna be doing for Crucible, guys, for all you PvP heads out here, they're removing Clash from Quick Play and splitting rotators into two nodes. Clash and Zone Control and Rift in one, and Mayhem, Scorch, and Momentum Control in the other. Let's see, and also Core 6v6 Rotator, Clash's Zone Control and Rift rebranded as Relentless. And they're increasing the respawn overshield protection in PvP, introducing a seasonal ascended emblem, which we got a chance to see last time. Crucible and Gambit titles are and gilding are being fixed and reset, which is nice. Trials of Osiris accommodations will be blocked if you do not get other trials rewards. Ooh, okay. And what they're going to do is for Vanguard ops. So turning their tune difficulty in Heist Battlegrounds present in Vanguard and Nightfall playlists. Defeated Tormentors now provide revive tokens like champions and Hive Guardians in some activities. Well, I do got to ask you about the Nightfall. The Grandmaster. Have you got a chance to jump into Grandmaster?
Yeah,
And
I've got my Conqueror for this season. So
nice.
yeah.
So you did all of them?
Yeah. Yeah. We did them all on day one, I think.
Mm.
Actually no, we did a few on day one and then the next day we finished them up. So
I do got to ask you, which one was the hardest one out of all of them that you did this season?
hmm. I would say the hardest one probably the hardest I would say probably Mars, but the Mars one wasn't so bad. I think it's kind of a tie between the Mars one and the new one where
Hypernet.
yeah, the new okay, so here's why the Mars one is hard. The Mars one is hard because of the boss fight. Like the boss fight is hard just in itself. You have to keep moving. But
Mm-hmm.
we actually found kind of a small like glitch that worked. So we kind of manipulated that Mars Grandmaster,
Mm-hmm.
but the hard one that we had to reset the most on, even though the boss fight itself was not hard, was the new one because of the sparrow racing. Because of
Yeah, I
like the
heard
the
that.
sparrow that you had to like you can't get hit by a blight or else it will kill you. And then if all three of you die, you restart. So, and you can't just like go and get the res. Like you have to complete the whole thing. And then if there's only one person left, they have to complete the next section all by themselves. So while it wasn't the hardest Grandmaster, that part in itself, like the Sparrow part in itself, was very, very hard for it to be a part of Grandmaster. But I would say
Yeah.
if I had to say of all of the Grandmasters that we did, I would say that the Mars one was probably the hardest one for sure. We reset probably twice on that, but we reset more on the Sparrow one because of the amount of times that we died just during the Sparrow trek. So the boss wasn't hard, but that Sparrow part was hard. So it's kind of a tie. Like you have a really hard boss fight, and then you have like a really hard like challenge to get to the boss fight. So
Yeah.
but yeah, both of those Grandmasters were pretty freaking rough. They're pretty freaking rough.
Man, yeah, that hyper deck courage. Woo boy, I'm telling you. I'm just glad it wasn't the light blade this time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I hate that light blade. That what's funny is I I went into Grandmasters the last season with the light blade one, and we when we finally got to the boss, all we had was 0 lives.
Mm.
We managed to almost beat him, which is funny. We almost beat him. He was on the last bar, and then something happened where one of my guys ended up dying on something. It was like a misadventure. Something happened. It was like, what? How'd you die? And it just everything else just fell apart. I was the only guy left. I was like, well, that's it for me.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, it was sad. Trust me. Defeating Tormentors now provides revive tokens. Yes, let's go.
That's pretty
Uh,
cool.
yeah, I'm glad. That I'm glad for that. That makes HyperNet even more interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. PV primary balance, of course. They increase the damage of the following. So auto rifles 25%, which auto rifles is in a great spot right now. Pulse rifles, hand cannons, and sidearms are 20%. Sky rifles at 10%. I did try hand cannons. Yeah, it definitely feels really good. Sky rifles feels really good as well. So I'm glad for that. Or other important changes, they added the capability to upgrade Root of Nightmare's adept weapons from enhanced traits. You can once again collect exotic glade patterns from the evidence board, adding a combination and stat tracker for best dressed. You know, I always dress with swag. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
guys gotta be looking out here. Uh, but so what they're gonna do? Radical changes. They do a regular change for auto melee changes. I'm curious to see what that looks like. It feels like full auto melee changes. That's actually interesting. Toggle settings, additions, subtitle color choice, a peek at what's new with combinations. If you have a variation of color blindness, that's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna have a look at the Arbalest ornament. Very Nia Mooney. It's a new one that we're that's
Mm-hmm.
coming. Do you like that? You like that
Yeah.
flavor?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Hey, chat, what y'all think? What you, hit one if you in the chat if you guys like this one. Do you think it's dope? Are you gonna cop it? Let me know in the chat. So yeah, I like that one. I think it's dope. You know, good choice from the community. Let's see. The next exotic ornament vote. So let's see what they got going on for the. So basically said that fashion in Destiny is a vital part of the game. Yeah, that's true. Some of us can be pretty invested in using the right ornaments to make our guardians shine, but armor isn't the only thing that's important. That is why we are announcing the next community weapon ornament voting. And we have a selection of some of awesome weapons you can choose from. The design behind the chosen ornament will be created by the artists from our Destiny community who are amazing when it comes to bringing the game. See, that's what I like. I'm glad they do that. You know, and you know some. I hope they start giving some tips to like letting the Destiny community decide how to make certain designs. I think that'll help
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
when it comes to designing weapons. We have some really solid artists in the community. I think they should, you know, take some advice from them. So basically the ornaments is going to be from Izanagi's Burden, Witherhoard to Thunderlord. So these are the three choices basically. I don't know which one would you want to see a new ornament for that's actually epic.
Probably Witherhoard. I use Witherhoard quite a lot, so any ornament for Witherhoard, I'm down to see. Izzy, I never really used, and Thunderlord. Thunderlord has been a little bit more useful now, but I would say of all three of them, Witherhoard is the one that I would use the most on a daily. Yeah,
that's true. Me too. I don't use those two a lot. And you know what's funny? I used to use the Thunderlord like crazy back in Destiny 1. Ever since they nerfed it in Destiny 2, I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm putting this away. And now they brought it back. Let's see. So, of course, April 20th is the vote, guys. So definitely go to the little community thing and definitely vote. Because that way you can please vote with Witherhoard, please.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do it, please. So yes, also Iron Banner is definitely coming in next week. So if you haven't got a chance to grab that Iron Banner title, come on, y'all. What y'all doing? What y'all doing out here? Now I know I'm frauding myself because I'm almost done with it. So I know, but
Get it together. Come on, man.
I know, right? What am I doing out here?
I don't know. What are you doing, homie? Let's go.
I don't know.
Get
All
it
this
together.
podcast and stuff be having me tied up, you know. I be trying. You know, I'm gonna try to get it. You say you House Price said I had a nice conversation with CM. Hey, what she say? Tell her she's doing a fine job. Okay, so yeah, so Iron Band is here. Hey, do you do a 6-stack sometimes?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Why
Absolutely not. Why the fudge sickles would I do a 6-stack of Iron Banner whenever it's matchmaking on Fire Team base? Heck no, I ain't stupid. 4, max 4, man. Max 4, dude. I ain't trying to go against no 6-stack sweats. Get out of here.
Come on, you got all of the wonderful PvP guys at your disposal.
I don't give a French toast. I do not care. I am not doing a 6-stack of Iron Banner. Get out of here, homie. No, thank you.
Hey, listen,
No, thank you.
the best time if you do like some drunk crucible and you do this, that's actually pretty fun. It's hilarious. A 6-stack. You gotta try it one day.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna be typing you in there, so you know I ain't banning this in here. She gonna be like, I'm ignoring him until it's over. Yeah. So yeah, y'all lords, get out there. You already know what the deal is. Weapon crafting notice. So when you select a weapon to reshape, we copy the weapon that is in your inventory and we place this copy in the reshape slot. If you make that must be a change. Change to the weapon in your inventory after you have selected the weapon to reshape. These changes will not get automatically updated to the item in the reshape slot. Okay, this creates the opportunity to lose those changes and once reshaping has completed. So I guess basically, that I guess they noticed that is an issue. Until we're able to release a fix, players should avoid increasing a weapon's enhancement tier while actively modifying the weapon at the relic on Mars. I do want to ask you, how many times have you crafted weapons? Do you craft weapons much, or you just be like, nah, I'm good?
I'm good. I'm good. I don't craft weapons. If they increased the amount of the weapon to like be leveled up, like if they increase the time that it takes for it to level up, then I probably would craft more weapons. But I swear to God, it takes 3 years to level up a single weapon, and I just can't be bothered with it. So unless it's a weapon that I'm just like, oh my god, I need to have this roll so bad, I just don't even bother. I just use whatever I have and let that be that. Like I just cannot be bothered to sit here for 7 days and level up a weapon for 5 levels. Like I just can't be bothered to do it.
Hey, you know something? You keeping it real because I'm the same way. Like I just don't really mess with weapon crafting like that. You know, when they first was about to introduce it, I thought it was going to be pretty cool, and then once I got my hands on it, it's like, what? Five
Here's
times? Are you kidding me?
here's what they should do. So before, obviously, now you can take out a pattern without having the weapon leveled or without doing whatever. But the amount of time that it took for you to do that pattern, like the very first, like to unlock the pattern, it was so quick. You literally killed like 10 ads and it was like that was that. That's what the leveling should be. Like you kill 20 ads and you're at another level, and you kill 20 ads, you're at a second level. Like you kill 30 ads, you're at another level. Like that's I feel
Exactly.
like the weapon leveling should be the lower tier the weapon is, the easier it is to level up. And then the higher that weapon gets. So like if you hit, say you hit like 25, that's when it takes a while for you to like level that weapon up. Cause then it just goes to show your progress and your like commitment to that weapon. But like for the first 15 levels, it should just be like wham bam, like let's just level this weapon up,
Hmm.
whatever. Like it takes too damn long right now.
Yeah,
Like it
I
just takes
agree.
way too long.
Yeah, I
So
do not like. I do not like the way it's designed. I'm just like, I could just be out here doing what I'm doing. Why do I have to do all that? It's over the
yeah.
top. Like I
It just takes
literally,
forever. And there's so many weapons that you have to craft, and there's so many weapons that you have to level up, and it's just ain't nobody got time for that.
yeah, it's too much, man. It's like I'm not trying to do all that. I'm good with that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, I agree with you. I'm glad you hit that on the head. Listen, the queen out here cooking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree. Uh, so I guess there's an audio workaround.
Yeah.
So you guys, especially if you got that 3D audio, they're trying to fix the issue. I guess it's not doing what it should be doing. So it's less than ideal sounds and speech. So they're trying to fix that, y'all. Just be patient. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. We got a couple known issues going on. So they of course they fixed the issue where the terminal overload chest could be looted multiple times. Which thank you. That's good. Crafting progress now comes from the key chest and not the base chest. All right. When the mods access to assets on hand are equipped at the same time, players will only receive super energy from one of the mods. When killing an enemy with the grapple melee, when these mods are equipped individually, each will work with the grapple melee. Okay. Grenade Kickstarter will no longer activate when using a grapple point. I didn't know that even happened. Okay. When the you know something, it's funny when you read some of these things and the things that happen, you're like, what? I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
this happened, and then you're like, oh man, now I'm starting to miss those benefits, even though I didn't even know that was actually a benefit.
Yeah.
It happens to me all the time. Let's see. When the firepower and heavy handed are equipped at the same time, only one orb of power will spawn when killing an enemy. I wish two was. With the grapple melee. Okay. Reduce super gains from ashes to assets by 50% when getting a grapple melee kill. Oh, they are hitting the strand hard with that.
Mm-hmm.
It was too good to be true. Players no longer need to have the strand subclass equipped to gain unraveling rounds from their strand weapons from the ally unraveling perk. That's nice. Um, Heavy weapons will more consistently gain increased ammo capacity from multiple reserve mods. That's actually pretty good. This does not apply to okay, and grenade launchers and heavy glaives and Leviathan's breath and one. Come on, are you guys serious? Why y'all had to do my guys like that? Fix an issue where the fighting lion grenade launcher was incorrectly benefiting from the void. You know something? This weapon I see in almost every TWAB. You notice that fighting lion
Fire
is
Lion?
always, yeah, it's always in a TWAB. Oh, we buffed it 500 times. Oh, we fixed this. We added this to it. I'm like, I don't even see people rocking fighting line out here like that. I really don't.
I see
I'm,
it a little. I've seen it now and then in the PvP, but
yeah.
yeah.
As far as PV, I have never seen nobody rocking that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're buffing it all the time. You're changing something about it. I'm like, okay, I guess it's Bungie's favorite weapon. Fall damage is now non-lethal to players previously on collision. Oh, okay. So basically, no more fall damage. I like that.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, because I'm tired of jumping. There's this one spot that I think I was in a Nightfall strike, and I just jumped down just a little bit. And how does it kill me? I'm like, are you serious?
Mhm.
I hated that. But guys, if you probably already know the known issues, guys. If you haven't seen those, you already know where to look. Just going to TWAB. It is live today. So that being said, Queen, we have we have did it. We
Yeah.
made it to
The
the
end,
end.
man.
And what
That's
I
right.
always like to do is I always have a special thing. I always want to let you know. How did you feel about being on the show? Did you
I
enjoy?
appreciate you having me on the show, dude. It's really awesome. It's not very it's honestly it's not every day that somebody asks you about like your um story. So I appreciate you having me on the show. I appreciate you letting me be a part of your community and being a part of your amazing podcast. And I appreciate it. I really do. I can't thank you enough. Like literally you're taking time out of the day to ask me some questions and ask me how I'm doing and checking in on me. And I appreciate that. Like,
Of
honestly, that means
course.
a lot to me.
Hey, listen, you mean a lot to me, and being the person that you are, and wonderful. Your vibe is crazy. It's great,
Aw, thank
and
you.
it's pretty
Thank
cool.
you.
I always love to have, you know, people on my show. Like, you remember I asked you, I was like, I want to get that, I need that 2023 special person, and
Yeah.
you're definitely it. You
Well,
brought it
I
in. You brought
appreciate
the
that.
fire. So,
That's make me blush, man. Make me blush.
hey, there you go. There you go.
All
And
right.
yeah, you're definitely an amazing guest, and had a great time. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it,
for
especially
sure.
it's funny because usually like I work late nights, so it's like
Hmm.
it's always a tough thing trying to do morning stuff, and so I was like, I gotta be here. I'm gonna be here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm never gonna let people down. So
Yeah.
you know. Uh, I'm glad I was able to do this. I'm glad we was able to collab and
Yeah,
run
for
it back,
sure.
as we say. So
Yeah, running back. I'm sorry I had internet issues, but you know what?
they
Things like
fought.
that happen. It is what it is. The universe.
They be hating on us, man. I'm telling you, we're too
Yeah,
good. We're too good. They like, oh, we gotta shut you down. So for that, we gotta give you your flowers for that. So thank you. He was phenomenal,
thank
phenomenal
you.
indeed.
Thank you.
So yeah. So what we do at the end of the show is we have a what I call the floor is yours, and that's basically you tell us what you got going on, where they can find you, and all that such and such.
Oh,
And go ahead. The floor is yours.
well, I as if you didn't already get it, I am a Twitch streamer. You can find me on awoken_queen, twitch.tv/awoken_queen. My Twitter is also at awoken_queen. I do have a YouTube as well. You can find me at awoken_queen on YouTube. I don't have too much going on other than just every day making the community smile, making somebody out there happy, trying to change the world one step at a time with smiles, because you know what? Smiles are the most underrated thing that you can do for somebody. Like smiles
Exactly.
literally you know, creating a smile on somebody's day, like it's free. It's free. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to just make somebody happy, give them a compliment, make them smile, and it goes a long way. So you can find me on Twitch and find me on the YouTubes and find me on the Twitters and Instagram at awoken_queen TTV. And yeah, I'm out here every day trying to make people smile and make people happy. And that's my goal. That's what I do. I don't care about numbers. I don't care about being famous or money or anything like that. All I care about is making sure that you are happy for the day that you come in and you visit me. So that's where you can find me. All the socials. All the socials.
Listen, hit them socials, guys. Yeah, definitely do that. And of course, you already know your boy P Carla Gaming. You can always find me here on P Carla Gaming channel, and you can also find me on Twitter, P Carla Gaming 2. We always having a good time and we're doing our thing, over here. Always put some motivational stuff, and we got a lot of things that we're trying to uncover and do. So yeah, we got a lot going on when it comes to that. So I do want to close out with something funny that you're gonna love. I gotta make a Woken Queen laugh.
Okay, everybody, all right.
Everybody hit the chat. So we always do this. I've been starting to do this. People love it. So we're gonna do a little a funny reaction video, which is hilarious. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
One of my favorite guys. So this is how E3 felt when Sony and Nintendo dropped. So we go watch this. It's gonna be funny. So everybody prepare. Let me put that. Here we go.
On our downfall. Sir. What, man? Don't you see him on the phone? We have a bit of an issue. I think you need to look at this. Grandma, I'm gonna have to call you back. This better be important. All right? I better hear your dog got hit by a car or your wife is pregnant. No, sir, she's not pregnant. And speaking of pulling out, Nintendo, Xbox, and Sony have all pulled out of the Expo. What? I'm sorry, sir. The news just got to me. I wish I could have told you earlier.
Lord.
Sir, did you just put on glasses to dramatically take them off? 27 years. I've been doing this expo for 27 years. And now they want to act brand new? Times have changed, sir. These streaming services, they've made it so that companies can kind of just show people whatever they want, whenever they want. They think they can turn their back on me. This is all that guy's fault. That guy who does the video game awards. Geoff Keighley. Who? Geoff Keighley. You know him. I'm sorry? Geoff Keighley. One more time. Geoff Keighley. Geoff. No. Nope. Geoff. I don't know. Geoff. Absolutely not. Joffrey of Houselanders. Almost positive that's still not it. I don't care what the guy's name is. All right? He has 2 F's in his first name. That's weird. Sir, my name is Jeff. And it has 2 F's. And you're weird. Put Nintendo on the line. They're the ones who started this whole loan shark mess. Talk to me. After all I've helped y'all with. After all the coverage I've gave y'all for decades. You do this to me? You're old news now. Your has-been. Yesterday's trash. You're garbage, you hear me? We don't need you anymore. We can market ourselves. Don't you know? I will beat your ass. You know what I got coming out this year? Tears of a Kingdom. Sounds like a Jay-Z album. Don't ask me why, it just does. It kind of do, I ain't gonna lie. Sony don't mess with you either. We're done. Oh, give me a break. That last state of play was trash. The thing is, they can keep putting out state of plays throughout the year, but there's only one of you. I made y'all, damn it. I provided for generations the summertime Christmas for gamers across the globe. Y'all came to me when you wanted to hear gaming news. Y'all came to me when you wanted to find out when a new game system was dropping. Y'all came to me. And now you want to disrespect me? No. There will be consequences for this. You only provided a stepping stone, nothing more. I got Tears of a Kingdom coming out this year. Sony, they got Final Fantasies out the ass coming out. 16, Final Fantasy VII Remake, sequel. And Xbox I got Tears of a Kingdom coming out. Your system is garbage. You can't even run games at 4K 60 FPS. I may not be able to run games properly, but you can't run at all without me.
Or that's
What in the world? All right.
I had to get you with one of those.
That's funny.
But yeah, so we finally finished up. We wrapped it up. We had a
Yeah,
good
wrap it
day.
up,
So
for sure.
yeah, that being said, and everybody, I thank everybody for being here and having a good time. This was a great show. The chat was on fire doing their thing. Y'all having a good time. I appreciate all of y'all. And get out there, touch some grass, as they always say, and whatever you're doing today, man, make a great day today. Play some Destiny. Get out there. Go bother Awoken Queen and have some fun, y'all, man. But on that note, we will catch you. Oh yeah, also Saturday we got a show. We got Osiris Gaming coming on, so
Nice.
definitely look out there for Saturday night. So that's gonna be a blast. So that being said, have fun, and I will see you on Saturday night. Peace.
Bye.